To buy or not to buy, that's the call. To stand or walk away.
What's up, beautiful people? Thank you for joining your boy Marquise on another episode of Buy That Toy. Man, this past week has been crazy. There have been deals galore everywhere. I'm talking about online with Amazon Prime and Prime Days. Mattel has had plenty of things on sale. Walmart, Target, Best Buy, Black Friday in July. Things have just been going crazy. Target Circle Days. So your boy had to get up off the couch and go check out some of these sales in person. Now, I definitely ordered some things, but I was in some stores too. Let's take a look and see what we got. I'll be right back with you to show you what we picked up.
Temptation whispers all the time. My wallet size, my fingers.
Now, if you're into Lego, I still contend you need to come check your Walmarts. They're putting things on clearance and marking them down. Looks like they're trying to get ready for new sets. There are clearance stickers all around. Don't see a lot that I need. That Marvel sign is pretty dope. And that Helicopter is nice. But not too much that I gotta have right now. I know some people were going crazy over that Wicked stuff at one time. Not for me. NECAs, Funkos, same old stuff. Lieutenant James Gordon. That Build-A-Figure stuff for that Dark Side, that colorway is just whack. Oh, here's something new. That Punisher is pretty sweet. I'm not a huge statue person, but I do like what McFarlane is doing on some of these statues. I've got a Venom, and I'm kind of liking that dude Deadpool, and this Punisher is sweet, so that might be something we have to pick up. Other than that, not a whole heck of a lot. Sectars, those are down to $17 it looks like, and Biker Mice. I still contend, if you haven't tried the Biker Mice, those figures are pretty nice. Probably gonna grab those bikes when they go a little bit lower, but yeah, there you go. That's all we got over here for now. Keep looking at that Deadpool and that Venom, still both regular price. So we're gonna try to hold out and see if we can play long game on both of them and catch those, but I love both of them. Let's see here. Superman stuff is showing up. Looks like some of it might be on sale, but I don't know. I'm not a big Superman fan. This Clayface is just sitting, so again, long game. I've always liked the way that this animated series Clayface looks, so if I can get it at a good price, I definitely will. Nothing I just gotta have. We're gonna let the Green Lantern sit there. Yeah, gotta get out, man. Just hit the page, man. See what you can find. So you gotta come to Best Buy and check out the sales. They've got different Lego sets and everything going for the low also. But you know, we came to check out the figures, so not for me. But that Dracula is $29. Bert and Ernie still regular price. Let's see here. You got different prices on some of these in store than you do online. For instance, that white Elite Sinjabot is $17 in the store, and I think online it was $24. Goliath and Demona for $34 is a pretty dope price. Don't need the fig, so I'm not gonna buy them. Visible Man $19, and I'm still thinking about that Casey at $17. I just like those figs. Okay. The Night Watchers. The Night Watchers just look so sweet. The 17, it's tempting just because I like that color combo. So I'm at a Walmart out of town in Wynn, Arkansas, trying to see if they got anything worthwhile. Darth Maul Black Series. Not anything that I need, but if I ever find one for the low, I'll get it. Not a whole heck of a lot here. Toy section is pretty small, but you know, while making a put stop, gotta check. Don't see anything from a Legends or anything like that standpoint. I don't think that there's a lot here. This might be the spot for collectors. This might not be it. Yeah, the die cast, remote control. This is a very small section, so not a whole lot here. Yeah, this might not even make the video. The Legos are over here, as you can see. It's just a very small little toy section, but I'm going up and down the Legos. It's just not a lot. See the clearance tags we've been seeing, but not too much. We gotta have. We're gonna see if they got a NECA section, but not a lot here. So I just came into a Walmart, and it looks like Shrine Critter is 15. So that bad boy is probably coming home with me. I heard great things about that fig. The biker mice are $8 here. Yeah, biker mice are 8. So if you haven't got the biker mice, I would definitely encourage you to grab those. Robo Forces, those are on sale, and Sectars are back on sale for $8. So come out here and check it out. See anything else worthwhile? A couple of Batman figs. Nothing else that I really need per se, but yeah, gotta come check. We're gonna go check a couple other aisles too. Ooh, first time seeing the Gamerverse. Venom. That's a big boy right there. Ooh, GameStop price $64.99. Not sure about that one. Maximum Hulk, same thing, 64. First time seeing this in person. Okay. Alright, let's see what else. Black Suit Spidey. She's up there, babe. Morrow.
Okay, I'll think about that. Yeah, thank you much. No problem.
X-Force Angel. Archangel.
Ways north, but
I got a few cool little figs here.
what's it called?
Game Exchange. They're more like a pawn shop now, so it's probably exchange. But having said that, I think you can try them if you're going up past Little Rock.
Not much here, but so because of the sales that are appearing, you've got to scan everything. A lot of the basics, some of the older legends that are popping up. This guy's showing up for 11. Might pick him up at that price. I really want the effects more so than anything else. I'm not a big MCU guy, but I'll probably get him for 11. This guy, 17. Got to get an Optimus for the Transformer shelf, trying to decide if it's going to be this guy or not. And of course, you get $10 off when you spend 40 or more. So yeah, I don't know if that comes back to you in the form of a coupon or it's 10 immediately, but you know, the sales are hidden, guys. You got to check some things out. I'm going to do some more scanning and see what else I can find, see if there's anything else that makes sense for me right now. But check it out. There's another guy, and maybe just to capitalize on the coupon, this aisle is littered with sales. Slash for 17 showing up. She got him at 12 at another one. Maybe just to get the 40, I'll go ahead and get him. I know this is going to go down. I want this, but because it's sitting, I know I can get it cheaper. So, you know, like this Thunder Punch He-Man. Is that Thunder Punch? Flying Fist? Whatever. So I'm going to scan, do some math, and see how it works. Yeah, you just got to get out, man. A lot of this stuff that's just been sitting here, it's way on sale.
Man, those were some sales, and that's not even a half of it. I still got stuff that's coming in, and I can't wait to get some of it, but the stuff that we've been able to find this week, man. I'm so excited to get ready to just sit down and open it and go through it all. So yeah, let me go through and show you some of the things, man, and I hope you were able to pick up some of this stuff too. So let me start with a couple of things that I posted on the reel earlier this week. In case you didn't see, number one, Dragon Blaster Skeletor. Got this guy for $10 over at Target. I just so happened to see him and scan him. The sticker wasn't even on to indicate that he was on sale, but I've always thought that this was a pretty cool version of Skeletor. I really like the light blue and the green chain and all of that stuff, and him having a dragon on his back. I just feel like it'll be cool on the shelf. So for $10, pretty stoked to have that guy. Also, Street Shark Slash. So I've got an older one from the 90s, but I don't have the drill bit to go with it. And I've got every other figure from this particular wave. I believe it was wave 1, or maybe it was wave 1 and 2 combined, but I'm pretty sure this was just wave 1. But I've got every other figure from this wave minus Slash, and I needed that drill, and I figured that I would just go ahead and get this one. This guy was on sale for $12.49, so pretty stoked to have him and add him to the collection. Now, side note, this is one of the things that I struggle with like these Street Sharks. They did such a beautiful job of taking us back to the old 90s packaging. Look at that, man. You've got the shark cage on the inside, the Street Shark insignia, the ability to even trigger his action with him sitting in the cage. The packaging on these things is just so dope, and I think that's why a lot of us who collect, we collect because we love that artwork. So I'm going to struggle with whether or not I should open these or not, but those are a couple of things I got earlier in the week. Now, in Walmart, this guy was on sale for $15. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, this was not a version of Shredder that I was telling myself, oh, I got to get this one. I heard decent things about the fig. This is not a particular arc of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that I've read from my comic book reading. But I did think that the blue Shredder with the blue head, with the actual head, I thought that it looked cool. And for $15, I was like, yep. Because there's not a NECA figure personally that I've purchased that I don't enjoy in some variety. I feel like NECA kind of strikes that sweet spot of being just above an action figure with enough posability to not quite be a statue, if that makes sense. So I really kind of like NECA a lot in terms of what they do and what you get. And for $15, you can pretty much sign me up almost all the time. So was pretty stoked to find this guy. All right. So in Target the other day, when I got the other pickups, I didn't even realize that the Target Circle deals were going on. So I was in Target just the other day and I saw the Target Circle deals, and it was like, okay, you spend $40, you get $10 off. I was like, man, that's a pretty sweet deal on top of all of the sales. So let me just walk around and see if I can find anything. So boom, I get to walking. Well, I found something. So this was the first thing I saw. The Transformers Studio Series Optimus Prime. Now again, not the biggest Transformers guy, but I do think I'm going to turn one of my shelves and dedicate one of my shelves to Transformers. They're a big part of the growing up in the 80s and the 90s and playing with toys and action figures and even the Baybirds with the movies. You know, you just kind of watch them. And so I do enjoy Transformers, but I'm not this deep Transformers guy. And I kind of like this version of Optimus. Naturally, I got to get an Optimus with a trailer, but this guy was on sale for $17. And I've heard that this is a decent figure. So for $17, I can get a nice representation for Optimus to hold me over for a little while. Yes, sir, sign me up. So I got him for $17. Now remember, we're trying to get to the point where we get to 40. So $17 on him. Well, I get to looking around and boom, I see not Jamie Foxx, Electro from the No Way Home movie. So once again, this was not a figure that I was just dying to get, but I scanned him. He rang up $11. I'll be honest, one of the things that I really wanted about this, or wanted this figure for the most, was the electricity effects. So I've heard that these effects are kind of like bendable and posable, and they contour to the actual action figures versus just being like static electricity effects. So I would love to use them with other characters, maybe pair them up with Blanca or something like that. So I thought that was pretty cool. And for $11, I actually like the not Jamie Foxx electro figure, if you will. I did think it was pretty cool for $11. Never thought it was good enough for 30, 40 bucks. But this version of Electro, I actually, kind of like it for $11. I am not an MCU collector. That's not typically my stick. Action figures are real people. It just doesn't do it for me. Not saying I'll never do it or I won't ever do it or whatever, but I'm not typically an MCU guy. But $11, yes sir, I'll take that. So we got him. And this was the last thing we got. Now, I know that within a week this guy is going to be $7 or $8, but I've been waiting to get this Horde and Grizzlord concept art 2-pack from a Masters of the Universe standpoint. At this particular Target, this guy was still ringing up $14, and by the time this video comes out, heck, it might even be $7 or $8, and I knew I could wait a little bit longer. However, to get all three of these figures that I've just shown, or technically, if you want to be technical, you could say 4, but to get all of these figures for $30, because even with the subtotal, I think I'd gotten to $43 or $44. Take the $10 off, add tax, so I was probably right at 35, 36 bucks. To get all of that for $36, yeah, that was a deal that I was willing to take. So a lot of people I know wanted this pack or talked about getting it, but they didn't want to pay the $40 for it. I love the way that the artwork looks on this. Again, Motu is just killing the game with this for me. I get why this set. I feel like there is so much Masters of the Universe stuff out there for real Motu collectors. Eventually you got to get to the point where you pick and choose, and this thing was everywhere, and so I understand why it's set, but I do think that it's a pretty sweet 2-pack, and for 14, 7, 8 bucks, absolutely. Heck, I might even buy another one so I can keep one on. I'm not gonna do that. I take that back. I don't even know why I said that. That's not something I would have to. Those days are, I think, behind me. Trying to buy 2 of something, I can't do it, man. I'm already running out of space as it is. I've got bins in my room right now because I'm finna rearrange some stuff. That's another story for another day, another video for another day. But anyway, I digress. Listen, I got one more pickup. I was gonna save this one for another video, but I'm gonna go ahead and show it off now. So I did something one night that I don't normally do. All right. So I got on Whatnot, and there was a stream, and the guys in the stream were doing this kind of like, what was it, like a raffle type situation where it's almost like a blind box. You don't know what you're going to get or whatever. And it was toward the end of the stream. There were 4 prizes remaining. 2 of them were prizes I was like, yo, like I would actually really like those. One of them was a prize where I was like, you know what, okay, this would be cool to have because I like it and I want it, but I know it's not worth this from a value standpoint. And the third one was an absolute no, I did not want it. Our 4th one, excuse me. So 4 prizes. The prize that I absolutely did not want was a Robin from the Batman Returns movie, that old school Kenner card style Robin. I just didn't want that figure. Had no desire to pick it up. The other one that was kind of like, sure, I'll take it, was the Batman Future. I think it was Future Batman from the Batman Night Force set. So he's kind of got like this aqua green, aqua blue like suit or something like that. I actually kind of want that figure for my collection. I like that figure a lot. Had the opportunity to buy it, and I don't know why I didn't, but I'm sure it'll pop up again. It's not like it's some holy grail or a figure that a lot of people are dying to get. I'm sure it's one I'll get at a good price. But the thing that I really would have wanted, it was some type of Beetlejuice from the old school 90s era. It was like a watch or something, like a gross out watch is what I think it was called. And it was like, I don't even recall it from being a kid. It just looked so cool. It's like, yo, this would be a nice little piece to have in the collection. So we can try to get this, all right? So anyway, it was the raffle situation. You get a ticket and then they spin the wheel. You buy the ticket and they would spin the wheel, and whatever the wheel lands on determines what prize you get. So you have to bid on the ticket, which is totally ridiculous, all right? Because 3 of these 4 items were not worth the money I paid for it, or 2 of the items for sure. So I ended up bidding on a ticket, and I purchased the ticket for about $22, $23. It might have been $20 or something like that, but it was no more than $23 or so. I can't remember the exact price. And I won the second thing that I would have wanted to have. And so the second thing I would have wanted to have, which I'm actually happy about getting for that price, hold on, it's coming, it's in the box, as I'm telling you this very long, drawn out story. Little memento, por favor. It's fun opening these things on camera, you know what I'm saying? So this is the second thing that I would have gotten, that I would have wanted to have. And I'm actually happy to have gotten this. Considered myself lucky to land this, but this is Super 7 Bebop. So yes, Super 7 Bebop. Now, I get it. Some people are not in love with Super 7s. I have told you guys before, I actually really like Super 7s in particular at a certain price point. So this is Super 7 Bebop. He is still new and is still sealed and everything. And I am pretty stoked to have that guy. He's got an alternate head scope, like the first head is pink and the second one is brown. It just looks dope. I told you before, this is where I think Super 7 shines. They take older figs, they make them larger, and you get more detail, more articulation, better paint, and all of that stuff. And this is truly where I think that the Super 7 line actually shines. It's not necessarily reinventing the wheel per se, just enhancing it a little bit. And yeah, I really like finding Super 7 figures, especially representations of figures of older figures that we already had. Bebop was one of my favorite bad guys. I'll give you a case in point. You can I don't know if you can see it on camera or not, but looking at his shoulder work, like the turtle shells that hang down on him, the skeletons, the bones in the turtles are painted. They're never painted on the shoulder work from the old Playmates figures. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to open this guy up and pull him out of the package or whatever. I know this isn't a new fig, but I was stoked to get that one. So yeah, that is how the week has gone for me. So the hunting has been amazing. The deals have been phenomenal, and we have just been finding stuff left and right. And I still got more things on their way to me, some stuff that I ordered online. So your boy has got to chill for a minute on buying stuff. I just feel like I've been buying and everything. So yeah, man, so let me pause and tell you guys, man, thank you for joining us here on this journey, this toy hunting journey. I appreciate all of the new subscribers, man. We have really seen an increase in our subscribership over the last couple of weeks, and so I appreciate you guys for coming to check us out, man. Remember to turn your notifications on. Check us out over on Instagram and TikTok. Like, comment, subscribe right here on YouTube, man. And let me know if you picked up anything during this past week of deals and sales, and tell me what you were able to find. Until next time, remember to get off the couch, hit those pegs, and buy that toy. Peace.
Temptation whispers all the time. My wallet size, my fingers itch. So click the button, make me rich. The clock is ticking, time won't wait. Decisions knocking at my